just doesn't seem fair that I can save a city and not save my relationship.
I can't do this.
Yeah, I can't believe Hive is silent just because Damien Dark is in jail.
I was going ahead with Genesis, but not with you.
Till death do us part.
Felicity convinced me that we could save the city and not surrender to the darkness. And I don't think we can.
Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. So new Arrow trailer and confirmed season 5, so let's break it down. First things first, let's talk about this Cupid trailer, and that's what the title Broken Hearts is all about. Cupid is back supposedly waging a war on all the lovers of the city. So Oliver and Felicity use themselves as bait, even though they're technically on a break. She kind of gave him the ring back, so you could say they're broken up, maybe they're not broken up. They haven't really explained that yet. Relationship status, it's complicated. But you see Merlin visiting Damien Dark in prison, you see Laurel getting ready to prosecute him, you see Willa riding on the backs of limos getting driven into buildings. She is probably having more fun than anyone on this cast right now. They're giving her all the fun stunts. We're gonna put you on the back of this limo and run you right through that building. Now on to season 5 stuff, hell yeah. So what the heck is going on? The CW renewed pretty much every single show that it has, but as crazy as that sounds, it was a pretty safe bet that Arrow and Flash were coming back, and even though Legends of Tomorrow's ratings aren't quite as good as Arrow's, it's still crushing relative to the other programming that the CW has. So amongst all the CW shows, all of the comic book stuff, all the Arrow, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow stuff is killing it. So yeah, it's definitely coming back. There's still a couple really big plot points that have to be resolved this season. 1, there's the person that winds up in the grave. 2, there's Damien Dark's fate. 3, there's Merlin's fate. And then 4, there's whatever giant plan that Hive is planning for Star City. So even though there are 8 episodes left, which is a lot, there's really only like 4 big things that they're going to be resolving. There'll be other stuff going on, but really those 4 big things. And really the biggest thing is the grave, like who's going to die and what's going to happen to Team Arrow after that person dies. Because there's still a couple strong candidates. All the actors have been really tight-lipped. They haven't been posting on social media as much. I'm sure they've got a couple strongly worded emails and phone calls just to not give away spoilers of any kind. But the good thing is that in celebrating the Season 5 renewal, a couple things were said by some of the actors, primarily John Barrowman, probably the most active person on the cast on social media. He was just congratulating everyone and saying, sorry I can't be there for Heroes and Villains Fan Fest, because there was a big convention that a lot of the actors went to recently. And he said, I can't wait to get so much more evil next season, meaning that he will totally be around next season. He's not going to be dying anytime soon. His name is Merlin the Magician. He's one of the best actors that they have, so of course they're going to try and keep him around. I'd like to get to the point in Arrow Season 5 where Oliver isn't quite so inconsistent internally, where he's like, okay, I know exactly what I'm going to do with this villain. This guy needs to die. Everyone else can live. We'll put them in prison. I'd really like him to be more sure of the decisions he's making, even if they're the wrong decisions. Mark Guggenheim has said something in the past along the lines of Oliver's mistakes being this big asset for the show from a writing standpoint, because if he made perfect decisions all the time, there'd be no drama on the show, and he wouldn't need all of Team Arrow's help. I think one of the biggest complaints I've heard about this season is that he feels like such a background player, and they have been developing the rest of Team Arrow really well. I think that's just a natural thing as Arrow gets on in seasons. Like, if we get to Arrow Season 7, of course there's going to be more Diggle-focused episodes. Of course there's going to be more Thea-focused episodes. So while I'm not expecting it to happen overnight, I'd love to see Season 5 Oliver hem and haw less about the tough decisions he needs to make. I'd like to see him actually enacting the plans that he makes, even if they're terrible decisions. I think it's more fun to see the action of the plan than to see like an entire episode where he's wondering what the plan should be. But from a comic book standpoint, there are a couple givens for Season 5. 1, they just built that new Arrow cape, so I'm not expecting them to do Longbow Hunters and go to Seattle or anything like that. And you also have to remember that the new lair is underneath his campaign office, so if he doesn't rejoin the race for mayorship of Star City, what are they going to do with that office next season? Is it going to be like a flower shop? Even if Oliver becomes mayor, his office is going to move to City Hall. So Mayor Queen or no Mayor Queen, they're going to have to do something different with the office in Season 5. So I wouldn't go too crazy trying to theorize Season 5 because it's so early in Season 4 right now, but I definitely think that Oliver's going to resolve the Damien Dark plot. Merlin will escape to cause mischief in Season 5 somehow, and most of Team Arrow will remain largely intact. Now, part of me is wondering, like in the back of my head, if they're killing someone off the show so that they can bring someone else in, or if they're doing the Supernatural thing, if you've ever watched Supernatural, where they just winnow the cast down. There's just fewer cast members season to season. So we'll see. Either Team Arrow is going to shrink by 1, or it's going to remain the same size and someone else will come in season 5. But as for who that would be, I don't know that it would be Vixen necessarily, because I think she would go to Legends of Tomorrow. But let me know in the comments, if we do lose one of the costumes from Team Arrow, who would you want them to bring in? So what's going to happen next is we got some more info on the Flash Supergirl crossover. I'll probably do a video for that. There's a new Spider-Man video that I'm planning to do, so be sure to subscribe to get that stuff. There's still one more week to go before Arrow and Flash come back, but Daredevil is dropping this Friday, and then the week after that, Batman v Superman is dropping. So there's still crazy stuff happening this week. So while you guys wait for more Spider-Man to post, you can click here for my Flash Season 3 video, and you can click here for the Batman v Superman trailer I posted this morning. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Let's high five. I'll see you guys tonight. High five for Season 5.